YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So it's been quite some time since I have updated you guys on here, and it's been a long time since I've posted. That's simply because I felt as though I'd kind of covered everything I wanted to cover with Meghan. I didn't think that she could come up with any more drama, and quite clearly I was wrong. So, to everyone's surprise, she came back to England despite numerous reports that she would never ever return to the shores of Britain. And surprisingly, she brought the children. We didn't actually see the children physically at any of the celebrations, which I thought was a great mistake, definitely on their behalf for their PR. Meghan and Harry are trying to climb out of the depths of irrelevancy, and I think that their return to the UK was an admission, essentially on their part, that they basically need the publicity. They need help. Their Netflix deal has fallen through due to obviously the recent almost recession, global recession that we are all facing because of this Ukrainian conflict with Russia. They really are clutching at straws in order to stay relevant, in order to build their brand, to keep their brand alive. This report has been leaked as of yesterday that Meghan hoped to reconcile with Kate, and my personal interpretation of this is that Meghan actually intended to get images with Kate. I think that she wanted to be seen with Kate, photographed with Kate and her children, and when she came back to the UK and she realised that that wasn't going to happen, she essentially lost interest in the rest of the celebrations because they wasn't there for the celebrations, they wasn't there for the Queen. Of course, they was there for themselves. They was there to try and get validity for their brand, to try to bolster the brand over in the United States of America, and it simply hasn't worked. So this article basically is by The Express, so it's just a short one, and she essentially wanted her kids to have access to Kate's kids, who are of course their first cousins. There's nothing wrong with that. But we do know that the intention with Meghan Markle is never pure, and it's never organic. It's never what most people would do with their family, because she doesn't really have any family values. She doesn't value the family that she has. And I'm often lost as to where her African American side is in all of this, because she still hasn't ever opened up about what they've actually done to her, even though she doesn't hold contact with them, she doesn't talk to them. She pulls Doria out at moments when she desperately needs her, like a pop-up hat trick, and it just, everything is very disingenuous with them. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then after I've done that, I'm going to just summarize with my thoughts of what I really think it is. It is titled, "She hoped to reconcile with Kate for the children to bond at the Jubilee. She wanted to reunite with William and Kate and hoped to reconcile, allegedly." It also says here she was really hoping that Kate would use the children to try and rebond and reform the whole family together. And we did get those images of her playing with, I believe, Zara's children in that little box when she had that ridiculously large hat on. And that, of course, was a big display for attention. I don't think she realised that she would be so shut out of the main celebrations. And I think that that probably built some more resentment for her and Harry, whereby they didn't get as much media attention as they possibly anticipated. Hence the outlandish outfit for the maximum effect, to be spotted, to be noticed, to be seen. The royal expert has said that the whole visit was indeed very strange, to say the least. The few staff that did re-interact with Harry and Meghan said it was like meeting a totally different person. Meghan was rather subdued and shy. She didn't really interact with people and seemingly didn't want to get on the wrong side of them. So she was walking on eggshells because, I mean, she's talked a lot of trash. She's done nothing but trash the royal firm since she left. And the fact that she actually came back is a sign that she was actually having to eat humble pie. Of course, she was acting. This woman is not the best actress, but she is a mediocre actress. And she would have been acting in order to try and get as much from the visit as she could, which she didn't achieve. She was trying to appear as though she'd changed, appear as though she's trying to extend the olive branch, etc., etc., so on and so forth. But anyone who's been studying Meghan Markle, especially for the period of time I have, knows that she's nothing of that kind of nature. There's no way that she was trying to heal any rift. She likes it exactly as it is. She hasn't gone to see her father still. There was that leaked report allegedly that she was going to reconcile with her dad because of his ailing health, blah, blah, blah. That is yet to happen. She prioritized this Jubilee celebration. And I'm not saying she shouldn't have gone, but she prioritized it over her dad, who could possibly pop his clock at any minute. That really highlights the extent of what she feels about family. And this guy has done more for her in her entire lifetime than most of the family members that she knows. She didn't even look for him. She still hasn't gone to see him. So there's a lot that just hasn't changed, and I just don't believe for 1 second that this shy act, this humble act, the humility that she allegedly displayed towards the other members of the royal family over the Jubilee weekend was coming from a genuine place. She wants something. She needs something. So it continues on to say that the thoughtful Duchess allied volunteers at a Grenfell community kitchen to mark the 5th anniversary of the tragedy. And this is regarding Meghan Markle's spin with the Hub Kitchen. She left a lovely voice message, and she was pretty much just, you know, trying to explore old things that she had done while she was here in the UK in order to bolster her connections. It also says that one of the volunteers received a lovely voicemail, and they said, always very thoughtful today, we received a lovely voice message from the Duchess, being the 5-year anniversary of the Grenfell tragedy, asking how we are, about our children and families, and giving us news of hers. So we know that William and Kate did actually directly go and pay their respects to those who lost their lives in the Grenfell tragedy a few years ago. And they really are the footmen on the ground. They really are doing real work out here. Meghan hoped to use her children and get access to Kate's children and possibly get that money shot of all the kids together. It didn't work. So what they ended up doing, as we all saw, was withdrawing from the whole entire thing, not appearing for the final day of celebrations, which I think was quite disastrous on their behalf, because it's not going to happen again. And it was a big display. It was a fantastic parade, which I saw a little bit of. I actually didn't have time to see all of it, but I came down and I saw the end of it, and people were happy. They were dancing in the street, and it was a lovely time in London. It really was. It was fantastic to walk up the Mall and to, you know, just celebrate the Queen's reign. That's all I'm really going to say on this. I'm going to leave it here, and I'll be back with another one. It's very interesting, and really Meghan Markle's intentions to exploit the royal firm haven't changed at all. So with all that being said, guys, I will be back with another video.